Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and poor decisions? Well, good news. RaceWrapGuy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, RaceWrapGuy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let RaceWrapGuy make your car look like it actually belongs there.
The checker flag has flown and the race is over, and we're going to rant about it. My name is RB Turner, and I don't have a co-host today because he wasn't able to make it, I guess. So anyways, we are here, however, with the AMP Racing League Cup Series winner. Took the win at Dover. This is Aaron Ryan.
Hola,
what's up, Aaron? Back. He's back. If you're tired of seeing him yet, then imagine what you think about me, because I've been here all the time. So what a win. Walk us through your race. What happened?
So we did a practice a few nights before the race. It was just like a little 50 lap, fun practice. You were there. You, me, Pop Bar, and I saved my telemetry, and I've always struggled at Dover in the past, so I tried to analyze a little bit of where I was burning up my tires quite a lot. Adjusted my racing line towards it, and thought I found some pretty good pace. I know I can always put a burner down for qualifying anywhere, but the longevity is the thing I struggle with at a lot of the tracks. So we started off pretty easy, just taking it easy. I never pushed. I even was trying to back up Darling earlier in the stage to control the pace a little bit, and at a certain point I just let him go. Yeah. Managed to catch back up to him. I guess he burned his tires a little more, was able to get the stage win. And then after that, we had 80, 90 laps. It was a long green flag run.
Yeah, it was.
I felt fantastic at when we pit, how spaced out the cars were with the pace that everybody was running. Because at that point, we pit and it was 4 to 5 laps of making it to the end.
Yeah.
For another pit cycle, and everyone's pace was backed so far down because everyone was struggling to make the tires last, however long the stints were. I was going to be good on gas going that slower pace. And then in the restart, there was a caution. I believe it was with Tick. I made a bad decision to not pit, to not sacrifice track position, which I should have because the whole field pit. And then once we went green and we were full speed and everybody was pushing, I was not good to the end. So at that point, I let Steven go, I let Darling go. I was just trying to save gas religiously.
Yeah.
I was real worried that I wasn't going to make it to the end. And then I was so happy another caution came out, and I guess it was long enough to where everyone wanted to pit again. So Steven and Darling went in and I followed them, and I took 2 tires instead of 4, because really the right front was the parts that I was just destroying. So I thought 2 tires would be good enough, got the track position, and then I was able to hold them off. Yeah, that one felt really nice. It's been a little while left since I've had a win on an oval on pure pace. So that one felt really, really nice. I mean, the ones earlier in the season are a little more chaotic, and then there's the road courses. But this one, I was man, I actually felt fast today.
Yeah, I felt fast too.
You were fast. You were chasing me down IS bar, and I was like, how's RB doing? He just goes, he's coming. And then I see 2 laps later, you passed him, and I was like, couldn't hold him off. He's like, no, he's coming. and I was like, oh, shit. So I started pushing, and you were still catching me, and I was like, all right, well, I don't know. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. And I missed everything that happened with you. But yeah, you were fast. And then I missed everything that happened with you, and then we went through the pit cycle, and you were like a lap down. I was like, what the hell happened?
Man, don't think just because you're not here, Colby, that you're spared from this. I'm here to rant. All right, that's the let's rant thing, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I was on Aaron's ass, and I was like, so I kind of was searching around, kind of went high, kind of went low. I'm like, well, Aaron's not really. It doesn't look like he's just gonna let me go. So I'm like, I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna back off a little bit, cool my tires down, and collect my thoughts. And I see Colby coming. I know Colby's on new tires, so I see him coming. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna give him the top. I'm just gonna let him go. All right. Maybe when he gets around Aaron, maybe I can follow him past Aaron. But I don't know. Colby decided he wanted to hit the wall, bounced off of it, hit me hard as shit. And I could not turn my car to save my life after he did that. It went to junk. And then by the time I pitted, I was like 5 seconds, 7 seconds back. I came out of pits and I hit that bump. As you come out of the pits, you know that bump? I hit it, looped it.
Just to make things worse.
By the time I got spun back around and going again, I'm a lap down. And I was so pissed off.
When it rains, it pours, I guess.
When it as a true fact. When it rains, it pours.
Because I had to like piece that together after the race. Because I saw you get close to me. I didn't even know Colby was behind us, dude. Had no idea. I saw you get close, and then it was like 2 laps later, we just gone, faded away. The hell happened to RB? And then I just go back to the zone, whatever. Keep going around. I saw that you pit, saw that a few other people pit, and then Darling pit. I was like, all right, I'm pitting. The lead pack's pitting out, and then I come around and I see a bunch of smoke in turn 1. No car, just a bunch of smoke. I was like, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, well, that's weird.
That's weird. Yeah,
that's weird. I don't see a caution. That's odd. And then I came back around again, and it said you were lapped down, and I was like, what the hell happened to RB?
Yeah. And you know what makes the night even better? When I asked for that black flag clear and it wasn't supposed to be cleared. So I fucked up. So I have to serve an EOL in the next race. Now, when you pass under caution, it's an EOL, right? I was the lucky dog. I was an EOL anyway.
Yeah.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Like I said, man, when it rains, it pours.
It said black flag and I panicked and I'm like, what'd I do? Can I get that cleared? Because I didn't even realize Colby was there. Yeah. So I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, we're going to
it is what it is. I'm not angry. I'm mad at myself about it, really. But it is what it is.
You still got some decent points at it, though, looking at the standings.
All in all, the night was a success. I came in, I think, 7 points above, and I am 15 above now. So
it's a solid night then.
It's a solid. It's
better than others. You're going into the last 2 races with plus 15. That's pretty good. There's a lot, Pop, Case Beer, and yourself kind of spaced yourself out a little bit away from the cut line. Moquin, Hackett, Davis, Roberge are all Moquin, Hackett, and Davis are all the closest. They're all 5 points from each other, 4 points from each other.
Yeah,
it's going to be a fight. Still 2 races to go, and Chicagoland next is going to be interesting. I'm pretty excited about that. And then WWT, which I think Darlin's going to wipe the field on that track. It's going to be a fight for second. Unless something crazy happens. I mean, you never know.
You might be right.
He's a beast on the flat tracks. I think it's going to be a fight. Unless something crazy happens and he gets involved in, some BS or something, I think it's going to be a battle for second.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Are you proud of me though, RB? I saved my tires so
you did
well.
Good.
When at the end of the race, so we had stage was 50. We went 80 laps without a caution, right? Something like that after the stage. So that bumps us up to 230. No, 130. That is when I pit. So
Darlington is not Darlington. Dover is a pretty serious tire eater. So
So when we pit under green flag was the last time I changed my left side tires. So I think I went about 80 laps on them. And when I pit at the end of the race to just take 2, my lefts were at 70. And then when we pit after that full green flag run, I didn't have any tires under 50.
That's impressive.
I was so proud of myself. I was like, holy shit, this never happens.
It's a little scary, it's I got
you can blame Bar. He was showing me how to use lap labs. Bar, listen, this is your fault.
Bar, me and you're gonna fight, my guy.
When he was showing me how to use it, I don't remember who joined. I think it was Pop or Davis. And he just goes, yeah, I'm showing Aaron, probably to my own detriment.
Yeah, at least he knows. So I know we was talking about it in the last podcast, and he was saying that he'd been working with you on it, and I started screaming at him. Don't show him that shit. You nuts?
It's like a lot of it, don't get me wrong, a lot of it goes over my head. It's an overwhelming amount of information, but if you can take your time and sit down and analyze it, it is insanely helpful. Like, I'll give you an example. So when we went back and analyzed Dover, I could see, like, when we were racing, I could see, how many passes I made early in a run where it's high speed entry, high speed exit. I could see how many passes I made where it was low speed entry, and then I'm getting on the gas later, or I'm getting on the gas earlier. It could tell me like where I was doing better, where I was burning more. I could see on a track map that, because I thought at Dover since forever that like where you're killing your tires is on entry, right? Because like people go in and they overturn, and then last year I tried not to do that and I still destroyed my tires.
Well,
so we were analyzing it, and it showed me that where I was hurting them the most was on the exits every lap.
Because I got a feeling. I got a feeling. I don't know your exact driving style, but sometimes when we're in the Discord or whatever, and you're sharing your screen, and you might go into a turn, and then you just throttle up. You're hard on the gas. Is that what you were doing? Yeah.
Last year or this year?
Well, how you approached Dover before Sunday.
Before I had approached it, just getting back on it. Like, I don't really, I think I can control the car, but that doesn't mean it's good for me.
Yeah, it's bad. Just gassing up. Like, I mean, you want to kind of ease into it, and I probably shouldn't be telling you this. Somebody's going to scream at me now.
It also helped me a lot to learn when to change my line.
Yeah.
And I think I got lucky early on because I jumped Darling a little bit with that. Early on, I had no idea when to switch to like arc in the turn, because, riding the bottom on fresh tires is the fastest, but it's like, okay, when is that over?
Yeah, that's something I noticed even last year, like last year's Dover race, I would run for about 20 or so laps just on the bottom. And then I started kind of doing the egg shape. This year, I kind of did the egg shape the whole time just because. But that was definitely the way to go. Probably about 20 laps or so, and then start egg shaping it. And, that's how you get around Dover.
We're good. Sorry. For anyone who's curious, I'm in Nashville at the moment. I'm working, so we're doing this, and I'm in a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were in a hotel. I just didn't know where.
Yeah, we're in downtown Nashville. It was storming like hell earlier. But yeah, I mean, I was really surprised how green we ran. Like, I was, every race I give my little pre-race speech to the team, and I didn't think we were going to go green. Like a full, maybe 50 laps. Not
well, a full cycle. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, a full fuel cycle and then some change. I did not think that was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
I mean, there was a point early on where me and Barr were kind of following Steven, and I was just cruising, saving, and I told him, I was like, if you think like I'm wasting time, or, if you think it's time for us to go, like, tell me and we'll go, because I'm not pushing right now. And he just told me that he was like, well, we don't really have anybody behind us because you and Pop were stuck behind RaceWrapGuy. And I was like, all right, well, I'll pick up the pace, and I tried to chase him down a little bit. But yeah, I was really proud of the Amp guys. I mean, the beginning of the race was real saucy.
Yeah, I think you probably could have guessed that was going to happen. Yeah. Just I know I did. I was telling, because I had Russ and Dove, and I was like, be careful on this start. Be careful, because we did a practice race here the other night, and folks were, just what was it, like 5 of us, and everybody's spinning their tires on the start. So I'm like, be careful. And sure enough, every restart was kind of complicated.
Yeah, that was rough at the beginning. We didn't even make it to turn 1 before the caution. I didn't know a caution flag could be thrown that fast in iRacing. Like, the green was still out. We hadn't made it to turn 1 yet.
Yeah, so
and then
you're looking at about
again.
A quarter mile right there.
And then it happened again. I think it happened 3 times total, from what I remember. No, the third time a caution didn't get thrown. Brad slammed the wall. I don't think a caution got, or maybe it was Tick slammed the wall.
Yeah, it was Tick.
A lot of people hit the wall.
Tick was on the outside of me, and I saw him hit the wall, and then, we just drove away. There was no caution. So, but yeah, I knew that was going to happen. So I was ready for it. I'm glad we did that, because
we did that practice, because you know what, because like what I do on restarts is I'm sitting there and I floor it. Just
Yeah,
like
me too.
instantly. That's
too.
what I do. And thank God we did that practice session because, man, that would have been the end of my race right there. Start of the race, my race would have been over.
Yep. It would have been another me at Old Atlanta season 1, where I just took out the entire field because I just gassed it up.
Oh, I missed that race.
Yeah, you weren't in that race. It's a good thing. You would have hated me. You probably would have.
Oh, because you took out the whole field.
I think like 3 people survived.
I mean, that kind of happened this season at the race number 1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at Daytona. If you remember, I'm pretty sure only 2 cars made it out of that.
Oh, yeah. At the end of the race. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but
gotta love our sponsor.
He has messaged me on Discord the other night. He's like sending me a gift. It was like, please tell me how you save tires.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good himself.
Well, I don't think he realizes how good he is. And once he does realize how good he is, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But I just was telling him about laps. Like I can't, I know they're not a sponsor of us, but for anybody that wants to learn, man, my goodness, it's an overwhelming amount of information. It takes a minute to learn. Bar will teach you.
Anybody out there who knows about Garage 61 is basically kind of like that, only much more advanced.
Much more advanced, like significantly. You can spend hours analyzing 15 laps if you wanted to. There is so much information. It is insane.
That might be worth it, though.
And it's free right now. So use it while it's free because it shouldn't be free.
My motto is if it's free, it's for me.
I'd be blown away if it's free forever because, man, that's some advanced stuff right there. But yeah, so what we got, so here's a little fun fact. So I was curious, like, I know we've got a few repeat winners. We've got 8 total different winners this season over, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, including the Heat and the Clat and the All-Star race. If we don't include those, we had 8 different winners over 20 races. Would you like to know what Cup's at right now? It's 11 over 21. So we're pretty close.
That's not bad.
That's pretty close.
I mean, I didn't realize we had so many winners until just like a couple weeks ago, but because it seems like it's either you or Steven sometimes, but it's.
I'm sure in
NASCAR, we've had Bar
it seems like it's either Denny or Reddick this season.
Yeah, those damn Toyotas, man.
Let's just give everybody a shout out. So Roberge, myself, Ethan Thompson, who's not here anymore, Moquin, Steven, Bar, Darling, K-Spear. Is that everybody? Is that 8? I count wrong earlier. Roberge, me, Ethan, Moquin, Steven, K-Spear, Darling, Bar. Yeah, okay, that's 8. But yeah, I just thought that was a fun fact to share. I thought that was pretty cool because I thought NASCAR would have been way more to different winners than us, and we're pretty close.
Well, what I've noticed, whether it's real racing or league racing or whatever, every series has their dominant drivers. Like when I was growing up, it was Jeff Gordon. He was winning, and then Jimmy Johnson came along, and it was Jimmy Johnson. And now you got your Toyota.
This year's the Toyotas, but it's the same regular group of guys. I mean, obviously this is a breakout year for Reddick, but it's Denny, it's Larson. I would like to throw Chase in there. I feel like he's every year he makes his way to the front, and even if he doesn't have flashy finishes, his finishes are still there. Ryan Blaney, of course. Joe Logano this season hasn't been a name though, even though he won. Whatever race that was.
Yeah, whatever race that was.
That was super boring. That was so boring. I was like, man, this is horrible. There was only 6 cars on the lead lap. I'm like, what am I watching?
Like they somehow went, I don't know, like 80 laps or something and under, at North Wilkesboro with no cause.
How do you go 80 to 100 laps at North Wilkesboro with 40 cars and there's not a caution? Like that's crazy. Is anyone trying?
Apparently not.
Come on.
If they were trying, they'd be wrecking.
Are you struggling? Is it so hard to turn in these cars at that track that you can't even think about racing? You're just thinking about doing laps? Because that's kind of what it seemed like was happening.
Yeah. Because our North Wilkesboro race was wild.
Yeah.
So, and
every time we go to North Wilkesboro, it's wild.
I watched Sim 500 race last night at North Wilkesboro. And it was wild too. They had 36 cars. They had 19 cautions. They would go about 12 laps and caution come out.
What's our record? I think our record's 21.
Something like that. And Sim 500 is not used to having a lot of cautions. So that was kind of crazy.
Martinsville, we average 18 per race. That's fun.
Yeah. I'm so sick of Martinsville. I love Martinsville, but it seems like every year at Martinsville, at the very end of the race, I end up going over 17 incident.
Well, yeah.
Every single time, and I have to do a drive through with
the trick
with
is
like 5 laps to go.
The trick is to qualify out front, no matter the pace. Just find a fast lap, whatever crazy setup you can think of, and just stay away from the guys in the midfield, because that's where all the cautions come from. I don't think I had the pace of Steven or Barr or even Davis there, but I qualified up front and was able to just hang on kind of the whole race. It's kind of all I was doing.
Yeah, that's one thing I struggle with that I gotta work on. I've been getting better, I think.
We got to teach you how to put down burner.
Yeah. I'm not used to doing burners, I'm used to being fast in like 50 laps,
There's lots of times where Davis will be like, Harvey's going to save his tires here. So I was like, yeah, I mean, that means if we don't get any caution, it's not going to mean anything if we got 6 cautions in the first 100 laps.
Yeah, it's not going to mean anything. That's why I don't win, man. I've never won a race. Well, I take that back. I have won one race by saving tires, and that was at Charlotte and Chop Shop. Chop Shop, the O'Reilly series. That's the only race I've ever won by saving tires. Every other race, the best I've ever done is second.
You didn't save your tires at Daytona?
Hell no. Yeah, man. I saved my fuel at Daytona. That's what I did.
My right rear. But how do you think the rest of the playoffs are going to look out? We got Chicagoland, PWT, and then going to the round of 8, we got Miami, Watkins Glen, Phoenix, and then championship is Charlotte. I'm hoping Charlotte will be a little more entertaining than Vegas was, because that no one can pass anybody.
I'm sure it will be. Charlotte's another tire eater, so whoever can take care of their tires. If I somehow make it to the Final Four, there might be a trophy hanging right about in this area, or a plaque or whatever it is that we do.
The trophies are cool. I mean, the sponsors of the entire round of 12 right now is KK Woodscapes. They do our trophies.
Oh, yeah, that's
pretty cool.
If
we had more money in the league, man, they just released a series of like first time winner trophies, and it's all like wood, like lasered on piece of wood. And I remember when I got the regular season championship trophy last season, I could like smell it the second I pulled it out of the package.
Yeah, because the wood.
Smell the wood.
Did he stain it?
Yeah,
because that would have made it even more.
Yeah, and you could smell it. I was like, damn. But yeah, I mean, Chicagoland's a tire reader too. That one sneaks up on you more than Charlotte, though, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, you can almost run flat out at Chicagoland if I remember correctly. So it's kind of like a small Michigan a little bit.
Yeah.
So
your tires are great until they're not.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we're gonna see who rises. And
I mean, this playoffs are looking good for you, though. RB Chicagoland's a tire saver. WWT
Gateway, I'm a little bit worried about, but I think it's not a horrible track for me. I've done well in NIS races there, and if you do well in an NIS race, you can do well anywhere. So
Miami's a tire reader. Phoenix is a tire reader. Charlotte. I mean, it'll look pretty good for you.
I mean,
as long as you can stay out of the good old boys taking you out.
Take it one race at a time, man. Just
one race at a time.
I know who I got to beat going into the next round, and I'm not worried about anything else. So it's kind of like when we was at Atlanta. I was like, I'm looking around. I'm sitting like wherever I was, like third, and I knew I probably wasn't going to win because Barr had the advantage. But I'm like, where's everybody at? I didn't want the 5 up there because he was a win and you're in, and I'm like, well, I can't have him win. Mike Daniels winning the stage. The stage even scared the shit out of me, until he, did what he did. But I knew who I had to beat, and I was trying my best to beat those guys. So I wasn't worried about you or Barr or Darling. You guys, you mean nothing to me in my mind going into those races. So I'll worry about you if I happen to get to the Final Four.
You have to worry about more than just me if you get to the Final Four.
Oh yeah, I'll have to worry. I'm sure I'll have to worry about Steven. I'm sure. I don't know who that other driver. If I'm in there, then who'd be the other driver? Maybe you. Probably Barr or Darling.
It's
So that's my guess.
if I don't even know. I mean, how about this? We'll go down the line. We'll do one race at a time, right? So we'll just do the round of 12. We predicted who was going to get knocked out, I believe, and going into the playoffs, or who's going to be the. Oh no, we predicted who was going to be the first 4 out, I believe. At
Yeah.
one point, I think. Yeah,
that's what we did.
who's gonna get knocked out this round? I mean, it's pretty tight here. I can let me share it so that it can be seen. Window, yeah, share. So that it can be seen. I mean, Moquin, Hackett, Davis, they're all real close. And I mean, Davis finished 6th at Dover, but he didn't get any stage points, and that killed him.
So we know Jordan's going to be out.
Yep, Jordan's out for the rest of the season.
He's having surgery. Prayers for Jordan. I'm going to predict that the other 3, it's going to be tough. I think Roberge is going to be out. I think Clint's going to be out. If Davis can keep his internet together, then he might be able to get past Moquin, but it's up to his internet.
I think I know Jordan's out. Reverse, if you're listening to this, man, if you keep doing what you're doing, where you stay out after the stage and you kill your race, you're gonna be out. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be out.
I know that one point is important, but man, like we went green at Dover and it just ruined your whole race. I mean, if that keeps happening, Reverse is gonna be out. It is a pretty close fight between Moquin, Hackett, and Davis. I mean, what are the last 2 races? Chicagoland, WWT. I know Davis has decent pace at WWT. I don't really know about anybody's pace at Chicagoland. I think all 3 of them can get pretty fast. I mean, plus that's just that's a positioning track, a lot of dirty air, making sure you're thinking big picture. Plus, I mean, just stage points are going to be real important. So if I go to Sim Racer Hub and we go to our drivers, let's see out of those guys who has the most stage points this season. Because I mean, Davis finished 6th, but he didn't get any stage points, and that killed him. So Davis has got over the season 63 stage points. Moquin has 27. And where's Clint Hackett? Hackett has 31. So if Davis can keep his internet together and he can get the stage points that he needs, I think he'll advance, and Hackett and Moquin will be out. But that's those are big ifs. But Hackett's real consistent, though. I mean, he creeps in the background. He's consistent.
Hackett is somebody. He's kind of like me a little bit. Sometimes he just gets caught up in crap.
I mean, and Moquin's got a lot of speed too. I just find that at least in Dover, I felt like he kind of, he didn't get someone hit him when he spun out. Can't remember who it was. I think it brought out the last caution. They came out of 4, and I don't remember who it was, but they got too close together. But
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember who it was though.
Moquin's been, I think, involved in a lot of cautions this year, but so is Davis. I think if Moquin can stay clean and get stage points, it might have been Boz. I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you.
I think Davis and Boz got together at some point.
Moquin's going to have to step up his stage points this season, this round a lot, and he's going to have to stay clean. And I think it can be a fight. But I'm pulling for Davis, obviously my teammate, but it's going to be close. If I had to pick 4 drivers that'll be out, I think it'll be Jordan, Roberge, round of 16, Moquin, and I think Davis will be out. I'm hoping not. But
you think Clint advances?
I think Clint advances. I think that just because at WWT, I think he'll get a decent finish. I don't think he's super fast with his fat tracks. But, I mean, if you just need to get above that cut line, you're just racing 2 other people, right? Like, you're not racing, you're not racing me, Stousley, Darlin, Barr. You're racing Moquin and Davis. And if you can, I mean, they're separated by 3 points? That's a 10th to 7th in a stage, and you're in the lead.
Yeah. It's like I said, when we was at Atlanta, I wasn't worried about you. I wasn't worried about Barr. I was worried about, the Clink Heart. I was worried about, Mike Daniels. I was worried about Jordan Lane. I was, those guys I was worried about. So everybody else meant nothing. It's just survive the race and finish ahead of those guys, and that's how you advance.
Yeah,
I'll be happy if I get in the top 8. If I don't make the 4, then I don't make the 4. But top eight's respectable. I think 12 is too. But
I think even the top 12 is respectable. I think the top 8 is quite a statement. I mean, whether you make the top 4 or not, I think top 8's a statement, because like at the beginning of Dover, I told my team in our little speech, I was like, all right, like round of 16's over. There is now no room for mistakes.
Right.
You cannot have a bad race.
Right.
Like, you have a bad race, you're 15 point back, and you're just clawing your way back up. Like and especially once you get into the top 8, I mean, once there's not room for mistakes from here on out. Like, and that's not even you getting involved in a wreck. It's just one bad strategy call and you have a weak race. I think making top 12 is a statement, and I think making top 8's an even larger one. I think making top 8 kind of solidifies yourself as like a legitimate threat.
Yeah, I mean, there's no bad drivers that I could think. I mean, the entire top 16 are all solid guys in the league. They're all capable. I think they're all capable of winning a race. Just you got to be better. Darling said he hates to say it, but nice guys really do finish last, and
Fact.
that might be true when it comes to racing. So
we race like assholes up in the front. You think it's like when you got up there, you think I'm going to give you room? No.
I knew you wasn't going to. So
no.
That's why I just backed off a little bit. And I'll tell you what happened. This is what, this solidifies my point exactly. I knew, he's going to be a dick, as much of a dick as possible to me. So I'm just going to back up.
You, but I'm going to make your like hell.
Yeah. So I'm just going to back up, collect my thoughts, cool my tires down some. I'm going to be nice and let Colby by. And look what happened. Nice guy.
Nice guys don't. No. No. If Colby got up there behind me and we were battling, I would have made it obvious, like, you're going to have to wait. I mean, I'm obviously just talking myself up, but like, I mean, racing towards the front, it's, you're not going to lose positions to the cars. If I'm racing in first, I'm not losing any time to the car ahead of me. There's no cars ahead of me. So I'm not going to worry about, me losing a little bit of time. I'm going to do whatever I can to keep you behind me. And Darlin was doing that to me at the stage. Once he saw that I was making time and arcing corners on him, then he started arcing. And he was trying to, aero block me as much as he could. But then it kind of became a game of like, okay, where's he going to go? And it became like a guessing game of who's going to go to the high line, who's going to go to the bottom. I mean, we raced clean, but there was one point Pop and I were racing each other at somewhere. No, it was at Bristol. It was at Bristol, if you remember. My car was damaged. I had no shot at winning the race, but you were out of your mind if you thought I was going to give up second place. I blocked the shit out of him for like 30 laps straight. It wasn't like cutting his nose off, but I made it so hard to pass. I did not give him the entry. I arced the turn. I made it to where he couldn't get a safe exit. Like, I did everything I could. I mean, I wasn't going to wreck him, and I'm glad he didn't wreck me, but it's like, I don't care if my car's damaged. I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
That's racing.
That's racing.
Yeah. I mean, that's racing. I think all the guys in the top 16 are really good drivers. I think there's a lot more drivers in this league that don't have a win that I think have the capability of having a win. It's just, I think a lot of people struggle with piecing everything together. It's a combination of good qualifying position and then having the right strategy. And a lot of the time it's trying to guess what the guys around you are going to do. If you don't think you have a shot at passing them, try something different. Example, when, Vegas championship race last season, I was telling Barr, I was like, dude, I cannot pass Steven. Like, the dirty air is too bad. I know I'm faster. I cannot get by him. And Barr was like, all right, well, Barr took a gamble and hit like 10 laps prior than we probably should have. And he undercut the shit out of it. And then Steven was going through the same thing. It's like, I'm trying to think of what the opposite of what your competitors are going to do. But I think there's a lot of guys that have the speed to win a race. It's just piecing everything in together.
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come for me someday. Except I'd be sitting here interviewing myself.
There's ain't nothing wrong with that. Be here all by yourself talking to the camera. I'm curious how many different winners AMP actually has. I'd like to look that up real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna say 17.
That's pretty close. 18.
8. Oh,
that's
8.
pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. A lot of repeat winners. 10 repeat winners, and then 8 singles. Singles are you, Pop, Bosbert, Davis, Brett Dove, Chase Beer, Christopher Burge, Thompson. And I know Chris Burge has won clashes, but just the stats that I'm looking at
right
are only showing official races. But yeah, man.
So
thanks for having me back again. I know scheduling was a little difficult, and I don't know. I like doing this stuff. I think it's fun. So thanks for kind of coordinating a little bit after your league race and me being in a different time zone.
Yeah.
So appreciate it.
It's no problem. So I guess I got a list here. Wrap this up. Oh, well, shout out to everybody out there listening, everybody in AMP, showing up every week. We appreciate it. We like racing you, and hopefully someday you can have a chance. If you haven't been on here yet, hopefully you can. Please check out, if you need any wraps made, check out our sponsor, the RaceWrapGuy. It'll make you a pretty badass paint scheme. We got some merch available, Cool Down Lap merch. We also got AMP merch. Links to those will be in the description, and you can get yourself, an AMP whiskey glass or some PJs or something, or a thong.
We got socks, we got shirts, we got hoodies, hats, PJs, blankets, fanny packs.
Oh yeah, we're going big when you go fanny packs.
Yeah, we got AMP. I was repping and we were repping the AMP fanny pack at the Charlotte races.
Yeah, right? Man, like it's 1987.
we had like jewel pots and phone chargers and everything that you need.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, thank you everybody out there from listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye, Mom.
Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and poor decisions? Well, good news. RaceWrapGuy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, RaceWrapGuy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let RaceWrapGuy make your car look like it actually belongs there.